You guys remember Wilfrid Laurier? Oh, there's this little room in Wilfrid Laurier called the WLU Rainbow Kinter. And they were just, yesterday at 7 a.m., they expressed their discontent with things. They really don't like that they're not getting any attention. So let's give them some attention. Let's give them some more attention because they really want it. So I'm going to read their Facebook post, which I replied to, and then they deleted the comment. It was just a question, too. I was just asking for this thing called evidence. And they deleted that. To quote, "It has been 1 month since students returned to Laurier, and freedom of expression continues to be a polarizing political issue. Today, the university's task force on freedom of expression meets with the intention of drafting a statement outlining the institution's position on this matter of free speech. We would like to take this opportunity to pause, reflect on all that has happened, and clarify the implications moving forward. We should begin by reiterating the illegitimacy of this task force on free expression. Since its inception, the task force has failed to include representation of trans, non-binary, or gender-diverse people, or relevant departments. Subtext, we want power too, such as the Diversity and Equity Office, or affectionately titled the DEO. Let me tell you something, that leader of the DEO hasn't been seen on campus for some time. I wonder why. Furthermore, Rambukkana and Pimlott and Joel have not been seen on campus for some time. I wonder why. To continue, when the task force members were selected, individuals speaking out in support of the trans community were actively being doxxed and harassed online. Do Canadians say harassed? Online. Discouraging many of our potential advocates from getting involved. We were receiving a lot of text messages and so couldn't apply to this committee. We were distracted. Let us in. Even still, the task force has not identified equitable consultation processes. What the f does that mean? To allow for marginalized students, staff, and faculty to safely input into the development of a statement. Again, what about us? And it's not us. This is the thing. There are people who are trans. And then there's the trans activists. These are the trans activists. They want power. Trans people, I'm not going to talk for them. But I think they kind of just want to live their life. I'm going to say that. Just from what I've heard from trans people. In light of these concerns, it is hard. Is that phallophobic? Hard? It is hard to see the Freedom of Expression Task Force as anything but a political tactic to distract the university community from the real problems that persist regarding transphobia at Laurier. This was my question. What are those real problems? Please, if it's real, it has evidence. If it's real, you'll have proof. At least, maybe that's just my prejudice, that reality has something to do with fact. So I asked that. They deleted the comment. Anyways, they have some real problems. We at the Rainbow Kintre, sorry, you guys keep on correcting me. Kinter. We at the Rainbow Kinter, we at the Rainbow Kinter find it particularly difficult to engage in this discussion when the individuals who most clearly lack freedom of expression, they're freaking posting to Facebook, they are expressing right now, are trans and non-binary survivors of gender-based violence. Show us the violence. The university's disavowal of trans people's continued experiences of violence and discrimination has effectively silenced survivors of transphobia. How can the university disavow that which it has no proof of? Is it ignoring the proof, or are you ignoring the fact that they need facts in order to have proof to avow something? They really are demanding a lot. In December, President McClatchy claimed that there was no formal or informal complaint in the controversy surrounding transphobia and freedom of expression that escalated last year. Speaking of the report that McClatchy released said that with regards to the Lindsay Shepherd Inquisition, there was actually no formal complaint made or informal complaint made. They're contesting that. Given that the Rainbow Kenter received the initial disclosure from a Laurier student, we were shocked by this claim. They're shocked about everything. Maybe the shock is part of what is going on here. Maybe that's just what they're expressing. Or we should say, we would have been shocked if we could still be surprised by the university's willful neglect of transphobia, which you are not providing any proof of. How can you neglect something that doesn't exist? Suggesting that there was no informal complaint not only invalidates, they love that word, this student's difficult decision to come forward, that is to bitch in a room, but also sends a clear message that survivors of transphobia will not be believed. See, they want belief. They want belief without proof. Without proof. They just want belief. You have to believe us. And if you don't believe us, you are the problem for not believing us. It's not facts that are a problem. It's your belief. Facts are colonialist. As we continue to receive complaints about transphobia, where are these complaints that students are experiencing in their classrooms, residence buildings, or regarding public events on campus, could you please specify? We often cannot assure students that their disclosures will be addressed. Your disclosures are not going to be addressed if you don't give us facts. Maybe they need facts too. Maybe they believe what's going on and they're just overstepping the thing about facts. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're just really good people. Maybe these are the virtuous people. Maybe these are the heroes. I never thought of that. The university has demonstrated that the only experiences of violence they will take seriously are those that are documented, that follow the procedures of the gendered and sexual violence policy, excluding the many situations where students cannot or choose not to access this policy. What? In this context, trans people are continuing to fall through the cracks without having our voices heard or receiving adequate supports. What do you want? You guys have a room. You guys have money. You were given everything you asked. You can't ask for more than what you need unless you have facts, unless you have proof. When trans, non-binary, and gender-diverse students are not able to speak about our experiences of transphobia in the classroom, you're speaking about it right now. Nobody's stopping you from speaking about it right now. We're just not going to act on something that you don't have proof of. We have a pedagogical problem that requires some students to accept tremendous vulnerability in order to learn. Vulnerability. They're just saying, I'm gonna put words in their mouth. So you're saying, Rainbow Kenter, that disagreement makes you shocked and vulnerable. Argument is not something you're into. You don't want any argument. When we are unable to speak about our experiences of transphobia on campus and or incur threatening backlash in doing so, am I threatening you right now? Give me proof. I just want proof. Just show me proof. Just show me proof of violence and harassment or harassment. Show me. I would love to hear that. When we are unable to speak about our experiences of transphobia on campus, they're doing it right now, or incur threatening backlash in doing so, we have a problem of personal safety and freedom of expression. These are the problems the university's statement on freedom of expression must grapple with. However, we are far more likely to receive a statement that further diminishes accountability for survivors. What? not accountability of survivors, but accountability for survivors. What I want to do is hold these survivors accountable to specify exactly what is going on. And I think that they're not specifying because if they did, people would laugh at that. People would say, so what? Talk it through. Are you? If you are having an experience and you don't like it, convince me and I'll give you compassion. Convince me and I'll give you respect. I will. I will not be rapping on your door. Nobody would be interested in me reading what you have to say if you had actually something going on. Seriously. The Rainbow Center remains committed to providing support for students, staff, and faculty who are experiencing homophobia, transphobia, and gender-based violence at Laurier. We know that the political climate of this university is hostile to LGBTQ2 people and acknowledge the incredible barriers survivors confront in accessing supports. You guys have tons of support, and you want more. We want to ensure, and they just want attention. We want to ensure, folks, that we see you, we believe you, and that we will do everything in our capacity to support and advocate on behalf of trans, non-binary, and gender-diverse people. Let's look at the responses. So a lot of love. 18 loves, 1 laughter, 32 likes. So they have some followers. If one of you all cares about the Rainbow Center, let them know that they are doing themselves a huge disservice by being this ridiculous. Just provide facts. Actually, that would require you stop taking a gender studies program. A lot of these people take gender studies programs, and so they are immune to facts. They're immune to I need to state my case because all gender studies is doing is teaching them that this is the right way and that everybody else needs to believe that. And if they don't believe that, they're assaulting you. They're not teaching you how to actually present your case and argue your point. They're just teaching you the rhetoric and not how to string that rhetoric together to make an impact, other than getting some likes on Facebook and deleting all the comments. Delete. There you go. That was a shorty.